Are you planning on using an Uber on your next trip? Do you know what the safety things that you should be doing when using an Uber so that you feel secure taking this mode of transportation? In this video, I am going to go over my top 5 safety tips on using Uber. Uber is an amazing way to get around in a new destination in a new country. One of the top things that I love about Uber is, well, I'm going to give you 2. First one is that you don't have to have local cash on you. So sometimes when you arrive into a destination, you may not have local cash on you. So taking a taxi, not all taxis take credit cards. So you don't have to worry about that since everything's paid through on your credit card in the app. Second thing that I love about Uber is that you don't have to know the local language. Sometimes there's a bunch of language barriers and not knowing exactly where you are going. So that eliminates all of this since you have everything in the app. The person's able to see it on their end of the app, exactly where the location is, and you don't have to try and explain where you're going in a place you have no idea. If you are new to Uber, I have created a little mini course on everything Uber and everything ride sharing, since once you know how to use one, you can use all of them. Definitely check that out. I'll put the link down in the description and you can have a quick little mini course at your disposal. Now, in this video, I am going to go over my top 5 safety things that you should be doing when you're using Uber. Now, the first thing is what you want to do before you even get into the car. Now, when the car arrives, one of the things that is a little bit difficult, especially in different countries, is that you may not know the make and model of the car. Since the makes and models of cars are so completely different compared to back home, you kind of may not know what to kind of expect to arrive. Now, one of the things that I think is a little bit of a fault with Uber is that they don't give you the color of the car. It would be so much easier if you could see the color of the car of what's going to be arriving, but alas, they don't. So what you want to do first is when the car arrives, you get an alert on your phone. You want to look at the license plate number. So go ahead, walk around to the front of the car and take a look at the plate number. Check it on your phone with what is supposed to be arriving and double check that it is the same. Second thing is you want to just poke your head in the window and ask the driver who they're here to pick up or where they're going. This way, that'll eliminates you getting into the wrong car and someone posing as that driver. They will know because it's going to be on their app of who they're picking up and where they're going. So get them to repeat that information back to you. Don't give that information to them and get them to agree. That way, anyone can agree to that. And the last thing that you want to do is you can check their photo. So you can they'll have a photo on the app. Just have a look to see if it looks similar. Obviously, some photos are going to be a little bit different when in person, but as long as it looks somewhat like the person, totally okay, get in the car. Now, the second thing that you want to do is you want to get into the back seat. If there's a group of you, obviously, yes, someone's going to have to probably sit in the front seat. But when you are traveling alone, or if it's just 2 of you, jump in the back seat. This way, if you are needing to get out of the car, you're able to go to one side or the other. It doesn't matter which side. And it just gives you a little bit more of a barrier between you and the driver so that nothing happens. You just want to have those little protections in place. Now, the third thing is you want to trust your gut. Now, if you are in the car and you're feeling a little uneasy and you're just not, you think there's something a little bit off, don't be afraid to ask the driver to stop and let you out. It won't matter to the driver because he's still going to get paid his full fare anyways, but it's just easier for you to just vacate the car. Now, you can make up a story if you want, if it makes you uncomfortable, just to tell them to stop and you're getting out. You can just say, oh, my friends texted me saying that we're meeting somewhere else now. So just say that, get out of the car and let him leave. That way you can either call a cab, you can call a different Uber, or you can just walk to your destination. Now, the fourth thing is you don't have to give the exact address of where you're staying. Now, when you are traveling alone mostly, you don't necessarily want everyone to know exactly where you're staying. Now, this is more true when you're staying somewhere like an Airbnb, like an apartment building, somewhere that doesn't have a front desk or concierge or anything like that. But some people are still uneasy, people knowing which hotel that they are staying at. So if this is you, definitely be able to put down an address that's a couple doors down from where you're staying, or you can put it to like maybe a local restaurant that's not far from your accommodations that you can then just walk home. So don't feel that you need to give the exact address when you are going to be going home. Feel free to put whatever address in there that you want to, and then just make your way home from that little part there. Now, the last and fifth thing is that, and I do this all the time, is that I keep the app open and I follow along on the map. I just like to make sure that they are going in the right direction. Sometimes they do veer off the Uber way that has listed it out there. But as long as you see, like, they may know some shortcuts and ways to get around traffic, as long as they're still going in the general direction and then getting back onto the route, it's going to be fine. But if they're starting to veer really off, you know something's up there. Now, the Uber does have some safety protocols put in place that you are able to use. If you want some more help, check out my mini course on using ride sharing, and then I will explain all of that to you as well. So I hope this gives you a few extra tips on how to use Uber safely when you are abroad, and these are even good for when you're using them at home. Now, if you have any questions, please feel free to drop them down below and I will answer them. If you are wanting to have some more tips and tricks about traveling, I have created a travel checklist for you. I go over the top 10 things that you should be doing before taking your next trip. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye.